cheesy. Okay, yes. Disgusting.
Disgusting. So can you maybe give us some details? Why was it disgusting? Was it really burnt? Was it, why was it disgusting to you?
Why was it disgusting?
Okay. The popcorn is really burnt.
Okay. What's something disgusting you had? And describe it.
Macaroni was soggy.
Soggy. Doesn't sound so appealing to me either.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, there are lots of different things that we've tasted probably that don't taste that good. And there are also probably some things that taste really great. Now, the reason I asked you about things that taste bad is that you might remember them a little better. Because maybe it's memorable that macaroni and cheese was kind of gross and soggy, or that pepperoni and cheese was way too cheesy. It's funny, actually, a lot of things you guys mentioned have cheese in them. So taste is a really important part of everyday life, whether it's your dinner, or your breakfast, or your lunch, or dessert. Think about, next time you put some food in your mouth, what does it taste like? And some details that you could come up with from that food. What do things smell like? So it looks like this person enjoys smelling the flour, that room is asleep, and this person is not liking the smell of the fish nugget. So what does the room that you're in smell like right now?
What does it smell like, the room we're in? Let's see.
Yes, it smells fresh.
Fresh, okay. Fresh, and how else does it smell? Susanna? Smells like books? New books or old books? New and old books, okay. And Taylor? Smells what? Clean. Okay.
Great. So things smell clean, fresh, like old, new books. We get more of a sense of how it smells. Now for me, since I'm not anywhere nearby, you guys have helped me out a lot by telling me how the carpet feels and what it smells like. And so that is something that you can do over video conferencing actually, is share details to help persons other visualize. What do things look like? So whether you're looking at something up close in a magnifying glass, or you're looking at a fish from the eyes of a cat, which would be kind of interesting. What do things look like is a really good question.
Okay, so what do things look like? Yes. I'm sorry? Okay, you see books? Okay. Let's see if we can be a little more descriptive. What else do you see? We need Adora to see and feel like she's in this room. Yes. I'll come back in a minute. Yes. Megan. Is it a dull-looking room? Is it bright? It's bright and what else? It's bright and colorful. Okay. Bright.
Great.
Bright. Okay. Michael? Bright, colorful, and gloomy. Now those two things don't really go together, do they? Bright, colorful, and gloomy. So does this room really look gloomy to you? Okay. So we've got bright and colorful. One more word like that, bright and colorful. Yes. Cheerful.
Cheerful.
Okay.
Very nice. Okay, so we have bright, colorful, and cheerful, and I really see that now. The words that you've used to describe help me visualize. Now as for gloomy, which your room does not look like to me, maybe, a word that I can use gloomy for is, for me, the weather outside. I live near Seattle where it rains all the time. And right now it is raining and it's also foggy and very dark. When I woke up in the morning, it was only because of my alarm. I thought it was nighttime. It was that dark. So, yeah, gloomy I could use to describe my weather, but your classroom definitely is anything but gloomy. So, things that look like, or when you think about what a place looks like, that is something really powerful because it helps the viewer, the reader, see what you're talking about. What do things sound like? Right? So whether it's you're hearing sound coming through headphones, or you're hearing as you walk down a city street the sound of cars going by, there's many, many different sounds on earth that you can think about. So why don't we think about sounds? What do things sound like?
What does a playground sound like? When you're out there on the playground, what does it sound like? Yeah. Noisy. Let's let's keep talking about that playground. What else does it sound like? Besides noisy. Unbearable? Does it really sound unbearable? Does it sound like a place you'd hate to go to? No. So the playground sounds noisy, but what kind of noise is it? It's not just an unbearable noise. What kind of noise is it? Screaming noise? And what other kind of noise is it? A playing noise? A playing noise? Lauren? A talkative noise? Piercing noise? Is it a good noise or a bad noise? A bad noise in the playground? No. Laughing and shouting. Laughing and shouting kind of noise.
Okay, so sounds can be maybe good or bad. It depends on who. So some of you might think it's a bad noise, and some of you might think it's a good noise. I bet if you're the one doing the laughing or shouting, that you would think it's a good noise. So on the playground, you hear many different sounds. So now I know that since so long ago, creature entered the area, but how do we revise that sentence? Well, let's have a look at some ways we could do that. We can improve the creature sentence by specifying words. Is the creature a human, an animal? Let's say that this creature is an animal. This is a somewhat more specific now, but what kind of animal? There are lots of different kinds of animals. So I just came up with a few. I was thinking a little bit of rodents, and so the ones that I came up with are prairie dogs, gophers, rabbits, guinea pigs, giraffes, and zebras. Now, which one of these do you think our creature should be?
Okay, which one should our creature be? What should our creature be? Yes, which creature?
Gopher. Okay, great. So if we have our creature be a gopher. So, but that still doesn't answer the question of what he or she looks like. We can add adjectives like sparkling or vermilion and adverbs like slow. So have you guys learned about adjectives and adverbs yet?
Yes.
Okay, probably have. So then you know that an adjective is a word that describes a noun, and an adverb, as is pretty obvious from the verb part, is a word that describes a verb. So if you just remember that, then you'll be fine. And adjectives we can use maybe to describe our creature. So what are some adjectives we could use to describe our creature?
Adjectives for the gopher. Put the adjective right in front of gopher. So what kind of gopher is he? Yes. A tiny gopher.
Yeah,
right?
very good.
A tiny or furry. What else do we have?
Giant, huge.
Giant or huge gopher.
Okay, so we could have tiny, or we could have giant, or huge. What else?
I think we have furry. What else do we have? What else do we have? Yes. Brown. Okay. What else? Big clawed.
Big
Big
claw.
clawed.
Okay. So have you guys seen a
Clawed
gopher
gopher.
before? Yeah. I'm not sure why I put that there because to tell you the truth, neither have I. The closest. I'm gonna quickly get a picture of a gopher. So maybe that should help us. Open up a
That's a pretty smart thing for her to do because if we're writing about